English Compulsory Inter Part 1 2017 Group 2 Objective Type MCQs. Choose the correct option in meaning to the underlined words. 1. None of my people would dream of invading you. Invading is underlined. Attacking, challenging, following, warning. Attacking is answer. Number 2. Yonder's the midden whose odors will madden. Midden is underlined. Filth, flower, plant, shrub. Filth is answer. Number 3. Fateh's censure was purely religious. Censure is underlined. Criticism, kindness, offering praise. Criticism is answer. Number 4. Roxana had an assortment of shells. Assortment is underlined. Cap, net, set, skin. Set is answer. Number 5. He looked frail and willow wild. Frail is underlined. Stout, strong, weak, young. Weak is answer. Number 6. The people from the earth found a flimsy rocket frame. Flimsy is underlined. Fragile, new, old, shiny. Fragile is answer. Number 7. He is nondescript sort of person. Nondescript is underlined. Uncultured, uneducated, unintelligent, uninteresting. Uninteresting is answer. Number 8. The countryside was devastated. Devastated is underlined. Attacked, beautified, planted, ruined. Ruined is answer. Number 9. The Muslims' hearts are perplexed. Perplexed is underlined. Overjoyed, pleased, satisfied, upset. Upset is answer. Number 10. Let us compel the wretch to dig her grave. Wretch is underlined. Gentleman, rascal, robber, thief. Rascal is answer. Choose the correct answer. Number 11. How does the first man look like? Arrogant, boorish, clown, pleasant. Pleasant is answer. Number 12. Who is Roger Spelding? A general, a soldier, a newscaster, a technician. A newscaster is answer. Number 13. On hearing the words of the boy, the king could not control his army, feelings, smile, tears. Tears is answer. Number 14. What is first name of Applegarth? Judge, John, Powers, Louis. Judge is answer. Number 15. Mrs. Jones cooked the food and asked the boy to eat, help, serve, set the table. Eat is answer. Choose the correct form of verb. Number 16. If he dash, I shall help him. Come, came, comes, will come. Comes is answer. Number 17. He dashed to Karachi tomorrow morning. Goes, was going, went, will go. Will go is answer. Number 18. We dashed to see picture last night. Go, went, had gone, will go. Went is answer. Number 19. He looks as if he dash mad. Is, are, were, was. Were is answer. Number 20. They dash exercise daily. Takes, take, had taken, taking. Take is answer. Subjective type, section 1, question number 2. Answer in 3 to 5 lines the following any 6 questions from book 1 short stories. Question number 1. Why did the son at the age of 6 cry? The son at the age of 6 cried because he had lost his toy plow in a furrow and his father made a new plow. Now, question number 2. Describe the appearance of Mrs. Luella Bates. Mrs. Luella Bates was a large woman with a large purse hung across the shoulder. Question number 3. What is the significance of Arthur's life insurance policy? Arthur had a life insurance policy for $25,000 with double indemnity in case of accidental death. It is quite significant because the same money was promised by Mr. Stewart as reward. Question number 4. Why did George give the pocketbook to his employer? George was not an educated person. He did not know how to read and write. As such, he could not read the name of the owner of the pocketbook. That is why he gave it to his employer. Question number 5. Why did the doctor call the sick girl by her first name? He wanted to be on good terms with her so that he could examine her throat. Number 6. Why did the quack come back to the camelmen? The quack thought that the first way of treating goiter was wrong. Therefore, he came back to the camelmen to learn from them the right and accurate way of treating goiter. Question number 7. Why did Della feel proud of the beauty of her hair? Della took pride in the beauty of her hair because they were of golden color and reached her knee. Such hair was never had by any queen even. Question number 8. Why are the locusts compared with the bad weather? Both the locust and bad weather are natural calamities and both destroy the crops. The farmers are helpless in this matter. They cannot kill them to save their crops as well as animals from their effect. Question number 9. What was the condition of overcoat worn by the young man? The overcoat of the young man was old but well cut. Its material was of good quality. The lapels were stiff and the sleeves were creased. The buttons were made of horn. They were big and shiny. Question number 3. Answer in 3 to 5 lines any 5 of the following questions from Book 3 One Act Plays. Question number 1. How did the second man accuse the first man of lying? The second man accused the first man of lying because the first man was telling a lie that no other person was present in the room, whereas the second man had already seen the girl there through the glass of a door. Question number 2. What did the girl see when she was walking along the road? While walking on the road, the girl saw a man dragging out from the car the dead body of a girl having long hair. Question number 3. How did the girl escape from the killer? As the killer advances towards her, a dog comes there by chance to save itself from the storm. The dog jumps and seizes the man with its sharp teeth. The dog forces him to run away, and the girl has a miraculous escape from the killer. Question number 4. Can the people of Earth compete with the people of Creton's planet? No. Unlike the people on Creton's planet, the people of Earth have little knowledge of universe. They cannot see future. They are unable to control the universe. For these reasons, the people of Earth cannot compete with the people of Creton's planet. Question number 5. How many characters are there in the play A Visit to a Small Planet? Names to be written. There are 7 characters in the play A Visit to a Small Planet. They are Creton, Roger Spelding, Elin Spelding, Mrs. Spelding, John Randolph, General Powers, Aide. Question number 6. What does Creton say about Powers thinking for the second time? Creton told Powers what he was thinking. He told him that he was making a picture of 3 silver stars, pinning them down on his shoulder. At this point, Powers admitted that he was thinking of his promotion. Question number 7. What has happened to Clay's father? Clay's father and mother were not on good terms because Clay's father's income was very low. Clay's father left the house to earn money. Question number 8. Why do they want Wozek to come? They want Wozek to come there because he has got useful tools with which he can easily open the oyster. Besides, Harry knows that Wozek had got some costly pearls. It seems as if he wants Wozek to open the oyster and put a pearl in it, pretending that it was already there. Question number 4. Answer in 3 to 5 lines any 4 of the following questions from Book 3 Poems. Question number 1. How can a rainy day be enjoyed? A rainy day can be enjoyed by watching the rain from the window in water and by hearing the voice of leaves full of rain. The poet says that the sprinkling of water which falls drop by drop on the leaves below creates a music which is sweet to hear. Question number 2. Why does the poet call cherry the loveliest of trees? The poet is fascinated to look at the cherries hanging along the branches. White dress of cherries is a treat to watch. Question number 3. What does the title of poem Oh Where Are You Going signify? The title of poem Oh Where Are You Going signifies the importance of goal for a bold, brave and courageous person who is ambitious to make his way through thick and thin. He does not listen to discouraging pieces of advices and makes his way to success. We learn a moral lesson that pride hath a fall. Question number 4. Why has the poet used cannonballs to describe the fruits? The shape of the fruits mentioned in the poem is closer to that of a cannonball. That is why the poet compares them with the cannonballs. Question number 5. Why does the poet call modern men as a hollow men? The poet calls modern men as a hollow men because they are lacking willpower, energy to act, wisdom, and sense. They are unable to communicate. Question number 6. Why did the people of Japan look powerless and helpless? The people of Japan looked powerless and helpless as they had been devastated by atomic attack which was sudden and quick. They could not defend themselves. It is why they were powerless and helpless. Section 2, question number 5. Write a letter to your friend condoling the death of his or her mother. Examination hall, city, A.B.C. April 20, 2017. My dear friend, comma, I have no words to express my deep shock on the sad demise of your mother. May her soul rest in eternal peace. It is in fact an irreparable loss which you have to suffer in tender age. Mysterious are the ways of God. We cannot avert the decree of fate. I pray to God Almighty that He may bestow upon you courage, fortitude, and patience to bear this loss. The saintly lady had been really very kind to me. The news of her death is also shocking to my parents. We all equally share in your grief. Pay my deepest sympathies to your family. Yours sincerely, comma, X.Y.Z. Or write an application to the principal of your college for remission of fine. The principal, comma, government college, comma, city, comma, A.B.C. Subject colon application for the remission of fine. Dear Sir, comma, with due respect and veneration, I beg to state that I could not attend my classes for last week. Due to serious illness, I could not submit my leave application. I had no source of sending the application as I live at a far off locality. I have been fined rupees 50 for remaining absent from the classes. I come of a very poor family, so it is very difficult for me to pay the fine. You are requested kindly to remit my fine. I shall be very thankful to you for this act of kindness. Yours obediently, comma, X.Y.Z. Dated colon April 13, 2017. Question number 6. Write a story on the moral lesson try again, or a friend in need is a friend indeed. Try again. Robert Bruce was the king of Scotland. His country was occupied by a tyrant British, so he fought 17 battles to liberate his country from the despotic dictatorship and brutality of English. But he was met with a crushing defeat every time. Once he bought all his sources in use and made high preparations to fight a decisive battle, he was sure now that he would succeed in driving the British out of his country, and hence he fought desperately and courageously. But luck still did not favor him, and he had to run away from the battlefield to save his life. Dejected, depressed, and hopeless, he hid himself in a cave and began to scold his ill luck. He was so frustrated and grieved that he decided to give up his efforts to win freedom. Preoccupied with his thoughts and lying in the cave, he caught sight of a small spider that was trying to ascend the wall to reach his cobweb. It fell down, but it began to climb up again. It tried many times to reach its cobweb, but fell down every time. You foolish mini creature, the cobweb is too high for you to climb up. Be resigned to your fate and live somewhere else, he said to the spider. When the spider failed in the ninth attempt, he was sure that it would make no more efforts, but to his great surprise, the spider's spirits were still high and it began to climb up the wall for the 10th time also. This time, success became its lot and it reached its cobweb. If a small creature like a spider can succeed in its aim by not losing heart but making constant struggle, why can't I? He thought. He was inspired so much that he got a new enthusiasm to resume the struggle. He gathered all his scattered forces and attacked the enemy with a new zeal and zest. This time he succeeded in driving the British out of his country and winning freedom for his nation. Moral: try again. There is no end of struggle. God help those who help themselves. No pains, no gains. Or a friend in need is a friend indeed. Once upon a time, two friends were passing through a jungle. One of them began to brag. He said that he was a sincere friend and was prepared to make any sacrifice for his friends. Suddenly, a bear appeared there. The same friend was horrified. He climbed up the tree to save his life. The other friend lay down on the ground and held his breath. The bear came near him and smelled him all over. It thought that the man was dead. It went away. The friend came down from the tree and asked his companion, "What did the bear say to you?" The friend replied that the bear had whispered to him, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." Moral: a friend in need is a friend indeed. Question number 7. Explain the following lines with reference to the context. Dark children with a coin to spend enter the lantern's orbit, find melon, guava, mandarin, the moon compacted to a rind, the sun in a pitted skin. Reference: these lines have been taken from the poem In the Street of the Fruit Stalls, Jan Stallworthy. Context: this is a symbolic poem. The world is threatened with war, misery, and poverty, but all these have failed to crush man's love for pleasure. Explanation: in these lines, the poet describes the children's joy, the sweet spray of the Jews, forgetting all about the misery they live in. Poor children come there with a coin and stand in the light of lanterns. They look at melon, guava, and other fruit. Their mouths water. Their surroundings share their misfortune. The shrunken moon, the reduced sun, and dull frosty night signify the prevailing gloom. Part B. Punctuate the following extract from Book 1. The man felt his hair flutter and the tissues of his body draw tight, as if he were standing at the center of a vacuum, his wife before him seen almost to whirl away in smoke. Part C. Use any five of the following pairs of words in your sentences. Break, B-R-E-A-K, torna. He could not break the door. Break, B-R-A-K-E, break. The brakes of my car failed near the town. Pray, Pray, dua mangna. We pray to God for the conquest of Islam. Pray, Prey, shikar. The deer fell a prey to the lion. Sweat, Sweat, pasina. All is over, the businessman thought, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Sweet, Swet, meetha. I remember him as a man of rare sweet nature, of wide experience. Compliment, Complement, juzvo lazim. A kitchen complements a house. Compliment, Compliment, salam कहना. Convey my compliments to your parents. Hung, Hung, खूंटी पर लटकाना. A towel hung from the rail. Hanged, Hanged, फांसी पर लटकाना. He was hanged for killing his friend. Fair, Fair, अच्छा. He is known as a very fair man. Fare, Fare, Kiraya. For Karachi, the fare was less by train than bus. Eligible, Eligible. Ehel, you are not eligible for this post. Illegible, Illegible. ऐसी लिखाई जो पढ़ी ना जा सके. His handwriting is illegible. Question number 8. Translate the following passage in Urdu. Short Stories, Book 1. Looking out, all the trees were quiver and still, clotted with insects, their boughs weighed to the ground. The earth seemed to be moving, locusts crawling everywhere. She could not see the lands at all, so thick was the swarm. Towards the mountains, it was like looking into driving rain. Even as she watched, the sun was blotted out with a fresh onrush of them. It was a half night, a perverted blackness. तर्जमा: बाहर सब दरख्त बड़े अजीब और साकित और कीड़ों से लदे लूथरे लग रहे थे. इनकी शाखें बोझ की वजह से ज़मीन को छू रही थीं. ज़मीन हरकत करती हुई महसूस हो रही थी. हर जगह टिड्डियाँ रेंग रही थीं. उसे ज़मीन बिल्कुल दिखाई नहीं दे रही थी क्योंकि टिड्डियाँ बहुत ज़्यादा थीं. पहाड़ों की तरफ देखें तो यूं दिखाई देता था जैसे तेज़ बारिश हो रही हो. यहाँ तक कि उसने देखा कि उसकी ताज़ा पेशकदमी की वजह से सूरज भी धुंधला गया था. आधी रात का समा था. एक अजीब सी तारीकी थी. Question number 8. Candidates whose medium of examination is English will write an essay on technical education. Technical education. Technical education is a branch of vocational education. Technical education is the practical application of scientific principles and methods for training in trade, agriculture, commerce, medicine, engineering, and handicraft. Technical education produces mechanics, engineers, builders, and doctors. The importance of such training in a country like ours is quite obvious. In Pakistan, where more than 80% of population is agricultural and another 10% industrial, it is a crime to make education merely literary and to unfit boys and girls for manual work in the fields after their formal education. In view of the modern age of industrial scientific advancement, it is an admitted fact that Pakistan cannot keep pace with other countries in march of progress unless there is no promotion and patronization of technical education. An American thinker has said, there are two obvious kinds of education. One should teach how to live, another how to make a living. Technical education is one of the very few fields that can provide assured sources of income for those who have proper technical skills. The students, after getting technical education, can start their own companies or small-scale businesses to honorably earn their bread and butter. Unfortunately, in our country, we are taught how to live before we know how to make a living. We are brought to know and learn the plays of Shakespeare, the poems of Milton, or the chronology of historical events, etc., but very little how to drive an engine, to handle a machine, or to work at loom in some weaving factory, etc. That is partly why a present day student has to face so much distress, despair, and problems when he or she enters in the practical world. He runs from pillar to post in search of a job with a roll of certificates and diplomas under his arm, but everywhere finds the same depressing reply, no vacancy. It is a bitter fact that there is no remarkable focus on technical education in our present education system. Rather, our education system is producing clerical staff and officers, etc. The habit of doing manual work will make our students healthy, strong, and agile. Technical work of minute details will train them in the habits of method and discipline, observation and attention to detail and accuracy. It will also cultivate in them the virtues of dignity of labor, patience, and faith. We must reorient and remodel the systems of our education and make it more consistent with our present needs, because the future destiny of our country depends on technical education. For promotion of technical education, more technical colleges and universities should be set up in the country. At the end of matric and intermediate levels of education, the government should focus on extensive career counseling for technical education. Technical Education and Vocational Training Authority TEVTA and likewise other authorities or departments should be involved for this counseling. In short, technical education will make our country rich, resourceful, and prosperous.